Hi, you guys. I think I'm happening right now. I can't be sure. It's bright out here, but geez, I wanted to show you something here. Let's see. How do I? Oh, there. It worked. Okay, so you see these trees here? Now, they always remind me of some tree. A picture of some trees. Here's the view here. A picture of some trees. Now you can see how tall the people are against these trees. Okay. And now I want you to imagine that these trees, that these trees are 4 times taller than they are now. Now, every time I see this bank of trees, I think of that picture that I saw of the trees in Africa that were 4 times the height of these trees. And I'm standing quite a ways back, and you can see by the size of the people. Nice, huh? Just imagine those trees, huh? Pretty amazing. Anyway. I wanted to just talk to you a minute about the post I did yesterday. My parent expressing my parent hell, my personal parent hell that led to me being a parent coach. Now, and the question was, I have been posting most recently about posting 2 black women in their 50s, mid 50s, and for some time a bit. And someone asked me if I had stopped being a parent coach, and I said no, I have not, and reiterated how close this is to my heart because it's so much of my life. About separating from my husband in the 80s, having, you remember the post, separating in the 80s, and my son's only 3 years old. I have my real estate agent business, so to speak, and I became a mother in the 80s. So when that marriage fell apart, I was desolate. I was devastated and lost everything and became depressed. And it's a nice long story that I'll get to in detail at some point in the future. However, the point was I was talking to black women in their mid-50s, and they wanted to know if I was still serving parents. And the answer is yes. I know I disclosed in there also that a turning point for me in all that depression, because I was near homeless. The divorce just devastated me. Actually, it was the separation at the time. And I, got that pretty low, almost homeless. Some dear friends took me in. But I was still mostly penniless. And I was, the turning point came for me as I was walking down the street, picking up cigarette butts to smoke. When I realized that this was, if I continued in this direction, it would not be good for my son. And that's not the legacy I wanted to leave for him. Fortunately, I guess I was feeling his love and he was feeling mine. It was pretty strong, and I made the decision to pull myself together and get out of that. And hence the birth of my business, because once I did, well, it's a saga. In any event, to the point is many black women in their 50s, mid-50s, are parents. And though they may be parents of adults, just because the offspring are now adults does not mean that all problems suddenly melt away. That's not how it's experienced by quite a few. And those are the few that I'm talking to. And so that's point number one. These women, many of them are parents, taking care of, they're sandwich people at that. They're taking care of themselves, their kids, many of them possibly their kids, and their mothers. I mean, you know, their mothers and their fathers, their parents, their grandparents and whatnot. That's a sandwich. That's a very deep part of the sandwich generation. And I sort of picked at that period of time because I experienced it as a sort of a cusp experience for my life. You know, let's assume I live, 10 decades. In any event, I needed to hone in somewhere. And that is where I think if it's not worked out on your own by then, I'm here to help, because we've got to get at it. We've got problems to solve for ourselves. Problems that once we solve them for ourselves, then magically they're solved for so many others, just vibrationally, just in reality. Because, ultimately it's all about you, but it's not about you exercising anything on other people physically. It's an energetic love thing. Let's fix ourselves and get it over with. We've got work to do, lives to save. Number one being our own. Okay, I think I'm done with this post. I shall do something here. Say la vie.